All right, Channel 2 News, Alex Hoke. We're doing the WTRL team time trial up Alpe du Zwift. This is going to be a full hour personal best here, hopefully. And our plan here we were discussing is roll 4.5 watts per kilo as a group. And everybody's just going to see how it goes. So really don't know what to expect here. I'm going to get my fan on, and then I'm going to be putting the Discord channel on, and you'll probably be able to hear some chat between me and the team here. But I don't expect this to be easy. We got 30 seconds until the start. All right, Godspeed, gentlemen. I just thought I'd add in a little bit of the voiceover. When you're going really hard, it's hard to commentate, so I figured I could add in a little bit extra here, let you know what was going on between the hollow space between my ears here, and hopefully that helps you. Maybe you're trying to improve your Zwifting or just how to pace in general. You can ask all of my friends. I know nothing about pacing. So we were just discussing before that we're going to go up the Alpe and then that's it. And then Joss chimed in and said, "Oh, I think it goes down too." And I think he's right because it says it's a 31K route here. So we have to do the lead in to the Alpe du Zwift, the Road to Sky route, and then down. So it's going to be a mega effort. Everybody's on the climbing bikes, the best one they have. I'm on the Amonda with the Mielensteins, whatever, lightweights. Got my boy Chris Karuna joining us. And the rest of the boys. Advil, Andreas, Evan. Oh, Evan's in the group behind. So yeah, pacing. In the past, I tend to come out a little bit hot, Leroy Jenkins style, and just try to hold on to the end and really bury myself. But trying to work on a negative split. Don't go too hard too early because you want to be there when the race ends. I'm aiming for personal best here. Or your ride ends. Always have a little bit of left in the tank. Don't burn all your matches. Something over 300. So that's something I work on. You always get a little bit excited, and when you're feeling good, you think you're on top of the world. But I hope I don't change real quick. And you can go from feeling good to feel real bad real quick, and it's no fun when you're dropped off the back of your group or in a race, or you fail on an effort. Unfortunately, Chris didn't join the Discord, right? So he doesn't know what our game plan is. So kind of just is what it is. We'll see how he gels with the group here. Quite funny, we were like 3 or 4 minutes before the start of this race, and we thought it all ended at the top. So we were discussing how to pace it, and then Joss chimed in and said, we're going back down. But instead of changing our game plan, we just said, okay, we're just slowly just bridge that in. So we didn't adjust our power. Ed said he was going to pull right into the base and let everybody sit in here. So I'm estimating that's going to be about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. We didn't adjust our power. We really don't want to go out like a hero here and go longer and go harder. And do too much too early. This is a really big, long effort, so just try to really pace myself. Really took this one seriously. I've been carbing up, hydrating since last night. So I got no excuses. So before a big effort like this, you want to obviously make sure that your body's full of nutrients. You have the water, carbs in you. So last night, you know, I had like a cup of rice, just basically plain rice. In the morning, I had another half cup of rice, and had a good lunch. I put some sugar in my bottles when I'm riding, so that I don't bonk. I don't really buy a sports mix anymore. I just do sugar, a little bit of salt, pinch of Gatorade powder for taste, and just want to make sure that you're not depleting your reserves. You just want to make sure that you're always topped up, because once you deplete your reserves, it's going to take a long time to replenish those nutrients back into your muscles. So yeah, just try to make sure you're drinking all the time. Every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes. When you're outside training hard, you better have some carbs with you. Okay, so arriving at the base here much sooner than we thought. Ed's saying we don't know what Chris is going to do. We hope he doesn't smash it at 6 watts here. So hopefully he'll just kind of see what we're doing and follow suit. All right, boys. Let's see you at the top. It's not often that you go and set you go out and do an hour effort, a true hour effort. Why? Because it hurts. You get to that 40-minute mark and you're questioning your life decisions, and oh yeah, and he's just hammering it. It's not fun. Everybody bases their FTP, their 1 hour power off, obviously, you know, typically doing a 20-minute test, right? But that's not a true FTP. It's based off an hour. That's there's no cheating, right? And I don't really focus too much on FTP. I think that power curve is really what's important to look at. Everyone's going to have a different power curve profile. Some people are going to be stronger in longer distances, longer times, whereas some people will be, you know, sprinters will have higher peak power, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute power. They might be a good breakaway guy where they can create separation, but then they might suffer in keeping that power up for a long period of time. So you have to analyze your power curve and see where your strengths are, and then use that to your advantage in a race. It's not all about FTP. Don't get hung up on that. Just dropped Chris a note in the chat there, so I think he understands. I think the key for my success here is high cadence. Don't burn myself out with grinding up the hill. And here you can see a trend that's gonna be throughout this video. That's me dropping 5-6 meters back and trying to claw back on. I felt like I would be matching their watts per kilo here, while matching the power, but I'd still drift back, and then I'd have to get out of the saddle and not sprint, but climb back on here. And for me, that's comfortable. I don't mind being out of the saddle. I like to kind of change position and use different muscle groups. But obviously standing up is going to fatigue you quicker than staying seated. So possibly something I need to be working on here. And you'll notice that, Ed pointed this out to me afterward and said, you'd zoom up from behind, standing, and then sit back down, and there would be a little lull in my power and go back down into the threes. And, yo-yo off the back again immediately because the grade's so steep. You don't have any momentum there to keep you there for a couple seconds. And right now, this early in the race, I'm not too confident here. I'm just trying to pace and stick with the group. There's, like always, there's always that self-doubt. You wanna do good. You wanna be a contributor, but you don't know, right? You don't know if you're gonna be able to make it. If you're trying to set a PR, you don't know what you're capable of. So it's all unknown. You just gotta push through that and ignore the negative stuff. If I looked up my power right now, I'd say, you know what, I've been here before. No big deal. 293 for 11 minutes is nothing. That's the way you got to think about it. Until you're truly in uncharted territory, you can say, I've been here before. If you've been here before, there's no reason to stop pedaling. We had Chris Karuna, great guy, join us for this race. Trying to recruit him to the real deal. But Chris is a very, very strong rider. I did some of my first races with Chris in 2022. Maybe that was 2021. And he was very, very strong right out of the gate. And he moved up from the lower categories right to Cat 1 within a season. And now he's on some other team, a local team, and he does some incredible rides. 400 kilometer plus rides. He's going to Europe and doing kind of fondos and stage races. He's really, really impressive in what he can do. And he was an absolute machine during this time trial. Just tapping the pedals, tapping that rhythm, and every time I would come up behind, I would just try to settle into his pace, and it seemed like I would drop back another couple meters almost immediately. It was unfortunate we didn't have him on the comms on our Discord channel. So a little bit of oversight on our part. I'm not sure he was on here, but you know what? It worked out. I did send a little message at the beginning there and said, hey, we're trying to pace this 4.5 for the effort, and we did back off a little bit. Kenny, really far back. 30 seconds. And right now, it seemed like we lost 2 of our 6 riders, so and that was quite a sizable gap. You know, they're 10 seconds back now, and I don't think there's any coming back from that unless you needed a a monster effort. So unfortunately we're 4 now. Me recognizing early that I'm going to be the weak link here, a lot of pressure on me to stay with this group, because the 4th person is the time that counts for your time trial. So these guys can go as fast as they want, but the 4th guy is what counts. And I really didn't want to let them down here, but we're on turn 18, not even at 17 of the 21 turns, so a long, long way to go. I'm starting to feel it here. 16, 17 minutes in, we're over 300 watts. This is realistically in my threshold power. Again, I'm not a huge power guy. So when I set out here, I was aiming to do 4.5 watts per kilo, or somewhere between 300 and 325 up the Alpe. And I'm falling way back here. I'm dropping back a bit. I don't know if you want to wait, ease up a little bit. And Ed responds there, he says, you know, I'm not waiting, find it in you to bridge here. Is at least what I think he said. It's a little bit hard to make out the exact words coming through the phone speaker. But that's the message I had in my head. If you drop back, you better bridge. And we're not waiting. And there's what I was talking about, right? Like I would do an effort out of the saddle to catch back up, and as I sat down, the power would go to 3.7, 3.8, and I would immediately have that yo-yo effect that would kind of pull me back, either to the back or off the back. And you're not getting a big draft up these hills here. You're 9% grade. Okay. We were discussing after that it was something like a 6% draft, which is not nothing, but it is nothing compared to when you're on the flat in one of those typical time trial courses. But 6%, I'll take it, right? 6% is better than killing yourself up the mountain by yourself. I knew it would be over sooner if I suffered and I stuck with these guys. And like I said, I didn't want to let them down. I wanted to make sure I finished. Put in a good time for our team. We roll with 2 teams every week. We do an A plus squad or A squad and a B squad, A, whatever you want to call it.
I think so.
So we typically have, between 10 and 16 riders each week. I'm part of the Real Deal team, so it's a great atmosphere. We all get together after and chat about how it went between both teams. Give suggestions on how we can improve, what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. Sometimes it's hard when you're training by yourself and you don't know maybe what you could be doing better. So it's always best to surround yourself with people that are stronger than you, and that's the only way that you're going to truly improve. You have to play up to someone's level to improve. You don't play down. And we're sprinting back, we're closing that gap again. I could never really seem to get on the front, which was something that I did try to do. I tried to kind of come through the group, and I thought that if I could just ride that 4.5 pace, that it would give me a little bit of a breather to where everybody would ride my pace, but that didn't happen. Chris, Ed, Josh, they're super strong guys. It's hard to keep 3 riders like that behind you. And that really wasn't my intent. I was just thinking mentally it would give me a bit of a break. But I'm glad that they really pushed me. This was one of the hardest efforts I've done in recent times. Certainly the hardest Zwift effort I've ever done. I've put myself in the ditch a few times on some local segments outside. When you go so deep, you got to sit in the ditch after. It's kind of my style. But on Zwift indoors, you're looking at it, guys. I buried myself. We're 20 minutes in here, 22 minutes. The 310 watt average, and my heart rate's pinned. Probably a little bit fatigued, as my heart rate typically goes a bit higher. So we're either seeing some fatigue there, or my fitness is improving. I would assume that it's probably I'm fatigued. We've got the pain face. And I remember thinking around right here that, hey, let's get to turn 10, right? Let's get to single digits. And that was my mini goal right now. Let's get to number 10. It's a little bit more than halfway, and you got to break it down into smaller groups. But don't let yourself think that, hey, I'm going to get to turn 10 and quit, because then you're mentally out of it. Something happens when you think mid-ride, I'm going to get to this point, and then I can let off. And it's hard to mentally break through that thought sometimes. So I'm just picking out small goals and taking them off. It's hard to think about something that's a half hour away, right? A half hour of pain sounds a lot worse than 3 minutes of pain. Close the gap. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, boys, why are you so strong? Killing me. Oh. We're cursing them a little bit there. I'm just thinking, man, these guys are tough. And I'm dying. Around this time, I thought, I'm not going to be able to stick this out and keep this pace. Coming up on 30 minutes, the halfway mark. Still a long way to go. And the second half is going to be much harder than the first. But again, going back to what I said earlier, you know, if you look at your power and your time right now and you've been there before, there's nothing to worry about. So bury that doubt. It might hurt. It should hurt. With 30 minutes at this wattage, I've done this before. I've done more than this. So don't be afraid to just push yourself. Yes, it's going to hurt, but it doesn't matter. But don't worry guys, I cleaned that up after. I got rubber mats, so don't think I'm disgusting. Sometimes that's just got to come out. Got a couple like industrial gym mats, like something you would see at Good Life. I think that's kind of the best choice. I initially bought it because I figured it would, I had my trainer up in the second floor of my last house, and I thought it would sound deadened a little bit through the floor, and it did. I'm cracking. And I said I'm cracking. So turn 8, I felt like that was it for me. And then I had second thoughts. You know, we're coming back to life like the Undertaker. And I'm back. You can't get rid of me. And Ed said there, you know, try to hang on. There's going to be a little bit of a break coming up. And I thought, oh, is it going to get flat here? I had been up the Alpe for quite a while. And come on, Alex. You know, you tricked me a little bit. It did not get easier. But here I am, I'm back. I thought it was going to flatten out. Maybe just barely. But it definitely didn't get easier. But I'm not stopping now. I flipped the switch. I'm going to dig myself a grave. This is the moment where I mentally broke through and said, nope, I'm closing this gap, staying with the group, I'm going to be here and I'm going to finish this. So no more self-doubt. Throw it away. I'm invincible right now, crushing it. These are the sick thoughts that go through my head. Just a sicko. People who enjoy this stuff, self-inflicted pain, We are a different type of person. But there's nothing better than wearing that We Do kit, and that's kind of what it's about, right? Who does all this crazy stuff? Well, we do, right? That's what good old Lance says. You gotta do the crazy stuff if you want to be not normal, right? You want to be somebody who stands out and can do things that others can't. Well, you gotta go to those dark places. Very few people are just talented and can do this stuff, and even they put in the work. Everybody's putting in the work. Don't let them think that it just comes naturally. Nothing comes naturally. You have to work for everything. Guys, maybe I should be a motivational speaker. Just crushing it right now. Channel 2 News, motivational speaking. You can do anything. Coming through here on this part of the Alpe with the snow on the side, I always think that's pretty cool. I would like to experience that in real life, like a real mountain pass. And the snow is like 8 feet tall. But then I think, like, not really. I'd rather be like, it'd be like 95 degrees, super hot. You got the jersey unzipped, you're getting a tan. I don't like the cold. People who say they like the cold, I don't understand why. I don't like it when it's hot or it smells. Like, get out of here. If you go outside in the winter without your coat on, you can die. That's not fun. It hurts. It physically hurts when you're outside in the cold. It's stupid. You want to go outside, shorts and a t-shirt, and just be sweating, getting golden brown tan, feeling good, getting that vitamin D. Everybody's happy, walking around. In the winter, everybody's hiding, miserable. There's no sun. It's dark. There's nothing that sounds good about that to me. So one day, no more winters for this guy. I'm moving down south, baby. We're out of here. When the borders open up, be the 51st state. It'll be a free-for-all. And I can't tell you how much I'm hurting here. Approaching turn 5, and you can start sensing the end here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Like you are getting close. And I am not so close to the group. Like this is dangerously far. I think at this point I was saying, like, okay, I'm gonna ride my own pace. But no, we're coming back. Undertaker mode engaged. Back from the dead. He's back. Almost 2/3 the way to a hour effort. Right now there's no turning back. You've made your decision and you stick with it. you gotta, again, get a close that gap. 7 watts a kilo. And here I remember being mindful to, I'm gonna get out of the saddle, but when I sit down, I was really trying not to let that dip in the power occur, because it would just drop you. You close that distance and you drop a couple meters like immediately. There's no forgiveness when you're climbing a mountain like this. Sure, there's a draft, but it's half a wheel. Gone. And we let out the battle cry. I'm just trying to psych myself up here. Get that little bit of adrenaline going. Drink the rest of the water mix there. Big moment here, coming up on 3 turns to go. So there's no quitting here. You are so close, you can taste it. You can almost see the top, right? You're trying to look, it's a game, but you're trying to look around the corner even. See if you can sneak a peek at that banner. Joss and Ed here, teammates on automatic Avis, super strong, pulling us up to the front. And Chris coming back through to the front to drive the pace some more. And then there's me. Just surviving, just trying not to die. We're 900 meters. It's 200 more meters to the top, so there is no relief. We are 3 turns to go. This one I thought, hey, at least it's a short switchback, a short section. It's 455 meters, if I'm remembering correctly. It's kind of I know I'm blocking out the turn by turn there with my camera. So maybe in the future I can get a green screen and see if I can improve the quality of my production here. Really push the limits of my, 10-year-old computer. It's just pretty bad. But it works. Might not be the best quality streaming here, but guys, I'm doing my best. Just trying to provide content that I think that you might like. If you don't, like, feel free, you can change the channel. But if you are enjoying it, thank you so much for coming out. Let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe what you would want to see. Like I said, I'm going to do a product review. Just kind of waiting for the weather to change a bit. Of the handlebars I got, F1S, the Bar Sport one-piece cockpit. Going to be getting a new set of carbon wheels for the bike. The stock wheels on the Super 6 Evo 2 are a bit heavy, so we're looking at some options. Maybe you can give me some suggestions in the comments. A budget Aero carbon wheel, sub 1,300 grams, 32 millimeter external width is what I'm looking for. The deeper the better. And again, we're gapped. With 2 turns to go, 4 meters, 3 meters, we're closing it. I'm coming back. I'm not leaving. I am dying right now. 172 beats per minute. Full lactate threshold domination. You can taste the lactate in my teeth. These 3 gents, 1 turn to go, they're ramping it up, and I'm going to try to match here. This is a very long last section. I wish it was shorter, but this one seemed to never end. The last one, the hardest one, you're trying to make it to the top. Sub 43 minutes up the Alpe. I'm here. The gap starts widening. They are ramping it up over 5 watts a kilo. Driving the pace, and at this point I had to just ride my pace. I am on the absolute limit. And watch how quickly this gap goes out. 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Seven, 8 seconds. 9. You drop that wheel, you drop back from that group, and that gap goes out so quick. Come on, baby. But I'm doing the very best I can right now. In my mind, I made it to the top with them, and I'm just sprinting right towards that banner right now. And you can see some sprints coming out, add over 7 watts, Joss over 6 watts. Kilo. You see that banner and you go for it, right? And here we go. Now remember, we got to keep going. We got to do this loop and come back down. This is not where the race ends. And here we go. Sub 43, 42, 56. Is my time, and I'm super impressed with that. And I give myself a little tiny break, just needed
I'm coming
for 10 seconds. Ed's yelling at me. I said, I'm coming, buddy.
I'm going, brother.
He said, I'm at 380 average, not stopping. He was close to his very best 1 hour power. I believe he tied it. It was 386, if you can believe that, for an hour. Absolute animal. You can see there, Ed's got the jersey on, the KOM jersey up the Alpe. That must be a pretty good feeling. You know, I let that wheel drop, right? So I'm 6 seconds to Joss, 14 seconds to Ed coming down the Alpe. So I know that, you know, perhaps I can make up some time here if I just keep going. I'm not going to coast down and do the Zwift super tuck. Got 9 minutes until the hour. I thought, when's the next time you're going to be this deep in the grave at 51 minutes in? You're definitely going to do your hour here. These opportunities don't come often where you're in uncharted territory. 316 watt for 51 minutes is, I believe this is a personal best for me at this moment. And I felt it was really hard to keep the power up coming down the hill. Just the way the trainer simulates the downhill. It wanted me to be in the lower cadence, and it was hurting. So to bring it up, I felt like I had to be like out of the saddle and sprinting. Just sitting down and trying to pedal the rhythm was tough to keep it above that average. And I'm pretty motivated here to be catching up to Joss. 2 seconds now, so
you see your bike broke?
I'm coming back to the group. There's our third man, I'm the fourth man. Chris and Ed are up the road, 16 seconds. So let me see if I can push Joss here a little bit and make sure that we're all pushing right towards the line, to the finish line. And here we go. We're back in action. And all you feel right now is pain. You are just in such a bad place. I can't describe how bad I felt, but also how good I felt. Like, I'm coming up towards my best hour ever, and that's super motivating. So again, get rid of all those bad thoughts and just focus on literally counting the seconds right now. 54 minutes. 6 minutes to go. I just be closing my eyes and hope when I looked up it was another minute. Look at that pain face, brutal. A face only a mother could love. Who's dying? And unfortunately, you see that the power average it's dropped a couple watts during the descent. Like again, it's just really hard to keep that consistent power going down the hill. It's so much easier when you're pedaling up the mountain. I thought, like, what would give me some momentum is every corner I hit, how it flattened out a little bit, I would sprint. And it would give me a little bit of a slingshot down the steep part. And in Zwift, you gotta time that stuff. You gotta start it earlier than you think, because there's like a bit of a power delay from real life to the game. We're super close to the finish here. It's looking like the 1 hour power plus the finish line here, they're basically going to coincide with each other here. So that's actually pretty good. I was thinking that, hey, I'm going to finish this hour and then still have some to go, and oh my god, when will it end, right? But luckily things matched up here pretty well. We'll see what the final time is for the WTRL team time trial. Now, no longer the fourth man here. Not that that really matters, but felt like a lot of pressure being that fourth man, knowing that it's all on you for the time. So I at least wanted to make sure that I'm close or pushing whoever is forward. Nobody's taking a break until the end, including myself. Here we go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the hour record. God, those guys who do the hour record attempts on the track, holy moly. The whole time in a TTT position must be brutal. Big shout out to a gentleman on our team, Ralph Schatzmeyer. I believe he's the 1 hour world record holder for the 65 and older men's category. So, what an amazing effort that is. Very strong guy, super nice to hang out with. Come on. I hope I'm right about that. Just making claims on YouTube. Here we go. 30 seconds to go for the 1 hour power. And I'm thinking, can I get this to 316? Let me just try to get one more watt. Come on. One more watt. I'm dying. Sprint. 10-second sprint. Oh my god. There it is. 3:15 for the hour. And I got to take a small break here. Let's coast. I'm not going to slow down. I'm doing 74, 75k an hour. But I start seeing that power drop, and I don't like that. I want to keep it going. I want to keep it going to the finish.
I get bark.
I want to see what I can do. So let's start pedaling again. Come on. There you go. And then you can see the valley now. You're coming down to the bottom. You can sense the finish, and there it is, the banner. You can see it in the distance. Come on, 300 meters. Let's go. And this is all I got left in the tank. We can't even push the 500 watts. Here we go. There it is.
Oh my Lord.
Dead.
Oh, peace out.
So I hope you enjoyed that voiceover. Add a little bit more.
Oh my God,
to this
guys.
video.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
At the time, it was the hardest thing
Channel
I
2
did
News.
ever.
Alex Oak. Oh my God. Real Deal Racing. You know what's up. Sub 43 Alpe du Zwift. You know what it is. Oh, all I feel is pain.
We're
Like,
pumped up.
comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.
That's right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Alex Oak, Channel 2, YouTube. Let's go.